Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. Last time we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had departed from the city of Freereach, made their way to the city of Greenspire, adventuring along the way, of course, as they do, encountering some interesting things along the roads. Some, unfortunately, a circus that met grisly fates, a old man that seemed to have a mysterious aura about him that left something behind in the party's care, and, some other events that may or may not go unmentioned for now. But they arrived in the city of Greenspire. They wandered around a little bit. Some of you went and purchased some, and Vestelle attempted to look for more information, specifically about the city itself, maybe about your destination, the Tri-Castle, sitting upon the Tri-Lake within the area of Tri-Point, beside the Tri-Point Woods. Unfortunately, she seemed to have been turned away from the city's residents as she invited herself into a tavern. They didn't seem all that friendly as she was looking for the city's leader, but they turned away, and you guys went on with the rest of your day, I believe. Was there anything else that you guys did, or did you just go back to your tavern? Or go to the tavern?
Some information was gotten.
Yes, a little bit of information was gotten. Though, how useful it is yet to be determined. But, what was I doing? Oh, fuck, I forgot. Okay.
Also, for a tourist town, this place is remarkably filled to the brim with thugs and pickpockets.
I wonder why it's a third tourist town.
Greatest place on this planet.
That's why it's a tourist town.
Yeah. It seems the pickpockets and such are very much enjoying the various different people that are wandering in. But what are you guys doing now? Are you guys heading into the tavern for rest? I believe it was later in the afternoon, or was it the morning after?
I can't. It was still in the afternoon.
I don't think we had gotten to the morning just yet.
Okay, my time is off then.
Yeah, you probably forgot to pause it again.
That sounds about right. What day was it? The other day, was it the 9th or was it the 10th?
It's been 6 days since the full moon, I believe.
Let me double check the calendar. No, it has been much more than 6 days. It has been 9, I believe.
Well, it's been 9, yeah.
9 days.
Three events.
Right.
We've had 3 events.
No, it seems like there's been 4 events. Yes, there was, because you guys were slowed down just outside Greenspire.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so it is the 9th. It's not the 10th. I got ambitious ahead of myself in the moving of the thing. There's the calendar. Let's pull this back up. We're going to move it back. We're traveling back in time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, magic.
It is now 9 p.m. on the 9th. Except...
it still says 10th.
Fucking...
There you go.
There you go.
Yes. No. Oh, no. No, it would be it's fucking... Why is it not using 24-hour? I can't tell the difference because it doesn't say PM or AM. I'm very much a professional, I'm just so good at this.
Clearly.
Yep. I'm going to say 9 p.m. on the 9th. Fuck it.
Hey, we're coming up on our first calendar event.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Nothing too interesting, but something. Also, I believe La Akiri isn't observed in the south. Is it? I don't remember. Oh, Oh, no, it is.
Either way, it's still interesting.
Yes, it is. It is observed in the Midlands. But as all of you kind of gather back up together, having found a little bit more about the city of Greenspire, it's concerning, to say the very least, what some of you have found out. But heading back up to the level just below the top, there is an inn that is available for you guys to enter, though I don't believe you guys have entered previously.
I don't think we had, no.
All right. But yeah, all of you find yourself standing in front of this inn. Nothing special. There doesn't even seem to be a sign outside. It just says there's like on the actual door itself, it seems to just indicate like an entranceway, and the only way you would have known that it's an inn is because you were pointed to it previously.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like just an inn that's only for like sleeping, or does it have like a bar or whatever?
Glancing through the actual windows that are on the door itself, give me a perception check.
Okay, I don't from the sheet.
Yeah. You take a glance
Jesus.
inside, you're like, oh, okay, all right. It is clearly, for the most part, almost completely empty. On the inside, you see what appears to be several sets of like wooden tables that are set out in a large circular room. You can see what appears to be a rather tall, like maybe half giant barman standing hunched over the actual bar itself, currently seemingly just chewing on some peanuts and just staring into the distance, blank faced. The actual building itself, I mean, other than the tables itself, there's a few doors that seem to be littering around the edges of the circular room, and you see what appears to be a rather handsome gentleman kind of sitting in a corner having a bit of a drink, though you can't tell if he brought it with himself or if he had got it originally from the barman.
What did that like individual look like? Was he just human, or
Yeah, he's just a regular dude.
is he like wearing anything in like of note or no?
Not necessarily. He seems to be some sort of either, traveling mercenary or adventurer, kind of wearing this leather-bound jacket over top of what appears to be a small vest, showing a lot more chest than he probably should. A small dagger strapped to his waist, and a few belts that also strap a much longer, mean and nasty-looking longsword to his back. You can see he also has a bit of like a small shield strapped to his side as well, and some fairly nice leather armor. But
Okay.
other than that, nothing too notable about him. He has a bit of a silvery gray, like darker silvery gray hair that's tied up in a bit of a ponytail, and is just sipping a drink. You guys are just gonna stand around outside?
Darcy's already going in. He doesn't care whether or not it's a bar or not. He doesn't drink.
I'm heading towards the bar.
All right, Darcy, you kind of push open the double doors that line up. You see the abstract man. No facial hair, just a really large kind of like apron and smock combination thing that he's wearing. He looks up as soon as you enter and spits out a little bit of a peanut shell onto the actual table in front of him. But he doesn't seem to make any indication as to your entrance. But you walk in, and the first thing you do is you seem to step on a rather squeaky floorboard before kind of moving towards the actual bar itself. Following suit.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Excuse me.
He looks
Do you
up.
happen to have any rooms available?
Rooms. Yeah, I got rooms. What rooms are you looking for?
Are they single rooms or group rooms?
All rooms are double beds.
Right, and it's three rooms then.
Okay. How long
Should just
do
be
you,
for tonight.
Just tonight? Okay. If it's just tonight, it's a gold and 7 silver for a room.
Gold, 7 silver for room size. 3 gold and 3 gold first off then. Right.
You can round
and-
down to 5 gold.
Yeah, I will pass him 5 gold and 1 silver,
Okay.
which is the math.
It's not. It's 4 gold and 1 silver.
Wait, what? No, it's...
Oh, no, it is 5 gold and 1 silver.
Yeah.
Here. I'm the one.
Why would
No,
it be
no,
rounding down if I
then-
were giving him 5 gold?
Yeah, he would have said you can round down to 6 silver then. That's my fault. My brain is not working today. Yeah, you can round down to 6 silver or 6 gold.
So that'd be rounding up a fair bit, actually.
What?
Sorry, trading it. I'm a merchant, so I have to know my coin.
Okay. 6 gold.
I'll
Yeah.
contribute 1 gold, I guess, we're all splitting.
No, I can pay for it. You guys covered the last time, so.
We can take turns, like we're paying for meals.
But yeah, I will exchange that 1 silver and give him the other gold if he's just going to say 6 gold. I'm not gonna art.
Okay. He takes the money, looks at you. Thanks. Here's room keys. You get that room, and that room. He points to 3 rooms to his right, but your guys' is left.
All right, thank you then.
As you guys are kind of splitting up the keys and talking amongst yourselves, Varus, you do notice that the kind of stranger sitting in the corner has his boots up and is just kind of watching your group. Though you can't tell if he's doing it out of curiosity or if he's a paid guard.
I mean, could I give a quick insight check just to determine maybe?
Sure.
Cool. Let's go.
It's a bit difficult to
14.
tell, but you can probably safely assume that he is not guarding the place, given that
Cool.
the majority of his armor is rather loose and doesn't seem to be, he doesn't seem currently in a combat-ready state. Like, he probably could pull out his fucking sword and just slash at you if he wanted to, but not necessarily, exactly 100%.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll just keep an eye, corner of my eye on him as we're doing all this stuff.
All right. Are you trying to do it stealthily, or are you trying to
Yes.
give me a stealth check?
Of course. Bam. Ah, I love it. Gotta love it when you roll a 1 on the good things you're good at. I guess I'm just staring at him then.
As you're staring at him, he looks at you like kind of surprised, gives you a bit of a nod, and kind of gestures to his table, seemingly empty with a few seats around it.
I will just kind of acknowledge that I've been seen, and just kind of absolutely not go over there.
Fair enough.
Just kind of like I'm okay, thank you kind of nod, and then just get back to my friend, my companion.
He seems to just shrug and goes back to it. Control? No, it's Shift. There we go. All right. Yeah. As the rest of you are kind of deciding between your rooms, you wander back into them. Is there anything you like to do, or would you like to just sleep it away? Sleep off the night?
I would like to order some drinks
Okay.
and have a chat with that gentleman.
Okay. So, first things, are you guys going to be gathering at around a table, or are you guys just going into your own rooms?
No, women will sleep or do some other stuff, minor stuff.
Other people are hanging out. Vestelle would also sit down and have a drink, I guess. Other people are.
Sure.
I think Varus just kind of will eventually go to the room, but just his room, but just kind of for now, stand and just take stock of anyone that might be entering and stuff like that, just in case. Okay. If anyone does enter.
Okay. All right. Just kind of taking a look at the actual doorway itself. The building itself is almost completely silent. There's really nothing to be heard. You see the gentleman kind of sipping his drink, and the crunching of peanuts every once in a while from the half giant. But other than that, it's basically dead quiet in here. But yeah, Lyra, you walk up to the half giant. What are you trying to do?
What you got on tap today?
He looks at you. Are you asking for drink?
Yes.
We've got ale and that ale. He points to two different barrels, neither of which seem marked. And if you want some water, you can go down to the stream for that.
Wonderful. I will take the ale and kind of point towards the second one he pointed to.
Okay. That one's 7 silver. And he'll walk over, grab a big mug, and fill it up.
I just slide 7 silver onto the counter.
He takes it, gives you the mug. Enjoy.
Cheers, mate.
Yep.
Then take my mug to the table with where the man is sitting.
All right. You kind of wander over, and he eyes you as you're wandering over. He takes his legs off of the actual table itself and kind of gestures openly to his table, seemingly very much inviting you to go sit with him. But yeah, you sit down. He looks you up and down pretty quickly and looks, Grey Warden. Now that's not a person I've seen around here. Well, at least not often. Oh, my apologies. My name is Duncan. What's yours?
Call me Lyra. I get that all too often.
Well, the Wardens are I hate to say it, but a dying breed. Mercenaries and avant-garde men like myself have taken over. We're more, well, easier to handle, as some higher noblemen have put it. Less wild. Though, I'm quite prone to liking the wild side of everyone. It brings out a very fundamental nature of every person that you meet. Isn't that right?
Sometimes it can get quite out of hand and kind of usually wish that you never saw it in the first place.
Well, there are indeed its ups and downs. Sometimes you get the good people, sometimes you get very interesting folk, and sometimes you get loonies who will take your head off in an instant. I'm hoping you're not one of those, are you?
Well, thankfully, I am not one of those. I hope. Obviously, I wouldn't know it myself.
Oh, not so sure of yourself, or something else?
Well, I mean, usually the best judge of a character is someone else, not really yourself.
That does indeed seem to be the case. But, of course, the person of itself knows the self the best. Well, at least I'd like to think so.
Well, the good parts at least.
Perhaps that's the way it is supposed to be. Or perhaps not. Say, Lyra, what's a Grey Warden and, well, seemingly a party of adventurers? As best I can tell, dooming here in Greenspire. Just enjoying the sights, or is it something more?
Well, it's quite the charming place, if I want to put it lightly. It's
Ah, so you've been introduced to the, denizens, so to say, of this wonderful city.
yeah, it's not what I'm normally used to in places like Free Reach.
Well, those thieves are typically a little bit less, on the surface level. Here they tend to get away with it because, well, it's a bit more lawless around here. We're not exactly within the patrols of Free Reach. The guards don't come around here very often, and honestly, the people here are hired or controlled by the guards, though I'm not exactly sure which one it is. It might be a combination of both. But I like it here. It's quiet. It's beautiful. And if you play your cards right, it's a nice place to stay for a while. Lay low.
So I take it that you yourself are not a denizen of this place.
Oh no, you'd not find me dead living here. This place is basically in the back alleys for me. I prefer somewhere a little bit more urban. Melagos is a preferred location. That's quite nice over there this time of year, especially since with Kir coming up.
Ooh, from Malagast, I see.
Well, born and bred, so to say. But I've been all over. The world is everyone's oyster, as they say, right? That's how it works. Is that a saying? I think it's a saying. Let me give you guys a look at his picture. I had this, I just don't know why I didn't reveal it. How do I change this again? I'm a professional. Let's see. Configure ownership. Boom. There you go. You guys now should all be able to see Duncan and his character sheet.
Nice.
But you still haven't told me what you're doing around here. Just wandering? Though I do know the Grey are particularly fond of that.
Well, at least that's what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Can't really speak for the other members. I'm just tagging along.
Oh. A Grey that's made some companions. That's a rare sight to see.
I don't think we're quite there yet, but I don't know, maybe we'll see.
I mean, you're traveling together, right? I'd say that makes you companions, or at the very least, acquaintances.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, why don't you invite them over? This could be a very interesting series of conversations that I'm hoping to have. I'd love to learn more about your friends, especially that one. He kind of points over at your group, and the one that he's pointing at is Vestelle.
Kind of look over at Vestelle and kind of just motion my hand.
Go over.
Hello, hello, and welcome to my little corner in this wonderfully, absolutely horribly boring inn. I'm Duncan. What's your name?
I'm Vestelle.
Vestelle. Nice sounding name. Now, pray tell, Vestelle, as they say, what are you doing around here? What is all of you doing around here? You said you're wandering, and you said you, perhaps, had some other goals. Please, it's purely for my curiosity. No more than that. If you don't wish to answer me, feel free not to.
No, I'm just trying to find out more about myself, I guess.
About yourself.
I might have some ties to this area that I'd like to find out.
To Greenspire?
The Tri-Light or the Tri-Point area.
Oh, the Tri-Point area. Now that's a rare one. Not many families that come from there, or at the very least. Well, maybe I could sate some of your curiosity. I've been around the Tri-Point. Well, mainly to the city of Tri-Point and Fort Fazina. I've wandered towards the Tri-Lake before, but that was a hell of a journey that I'm never repeating again. And, a variety of other things. Maybe I can help you out.
Why'd you never go back?
Well, first of all, it was hell. The weather around the region, specifically above the Tri-Lake, seems to be perpetually surrounded in this dark and dreary storm. Not necessarily of a bad thing. I do enjoy my storms here and there, but I prefer them from the comfort of a lodging of which I have a warm fire beside me. But the area itself, it was strange. It didn't feel like it was normal. Like here, you stand in Greenspire, we are literally in the midst of a living tree, in rooms carved of the wood itself, that it's still very much breathing and, alive. But you wander over there, and all of a sudden every single tree and bush feels like it wants to wrestle the life out of you. I saw some of the waters of the Tri-Lake as it was just flowing out of the mountains. It was not the prettiest sight. Let's just go with that. For some reason, it clears up as it gets further and further away from the area. But let's just say I don't want to go back there. At least not by myself. It was interesting, to say the least.
Do you have any idea why it's that way? How long it's been that way?
For how long? As long as as long as the universe has existed, honestly. Well, as far as I'm aware. But probably sometime in the past, a long time ago, as far as I'm aware. My father was aware that there was these weird clouds and stuff that happened over the Tri-Lake, and there was mysterious whisperings of dangerous monsters and things like that. But I don't know if you can trust any of them. I didn't see any monsters myself, but then again, I didn't get very far into the actual area itself, so who knows?
I'm guessing you never ran into any vampires up there.
No. Curious about that, isn't it? Is that what you're searching for? Is that why you're heading there?
It's related.
It's related. All of a sudden I feel like there's a bit more prying ears than I'd like. He kind of glances over at the barman who, at his glance and you guys kind of looking over, he nods down towards his feet. Hey, barman, mind if I get a room? I thought you didn't want a room. Well, I do know. Okay, take this room. How about the other room? Take the other room, please. Okay. He hands him a set of keys. Oh, let's have a bit of a conversation in several of the rooms. It might be a little bit more quiet. Maybe a bit more private.
Sounds good.
The I don't know. I don't know, man.
It just got interesting. Come on.
Some random guy wants to bring you to a random room to talk privately. I don't think that's a good idea.
You can bring all of your friends if you'd like. I'm assuming this is some sort of secrets that you've disclosed amongst yourselves. I'm just curious.
It'll be fine. I can take him in a fight if I need to.
I am absolutely terrified of her.
Well, you seem like you might know some things, so I guess it couldn't hurt. Well, it could hurt, but it could also hurt you back, so.
I know things about the city too. He kind of whispers between the two of you. Might be I can help you out. For a price. He taps the table before walking away towards the room he was given.
Shall we?
Always got my attention.
Let's This does not necessarily mean that you are entering combat, but I will be putting you on a map.
Oh, good.
Important distinction.
It's like 90% for me to track where you guys are, and 10% in the case that something happens.
I'm guessing this is all just like the entire bar itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't fight the half giant man. He's big and scary and doesn't have a token.
I choose to fight the half giant man.
If you really want to, I have one ready.
No, good thanks.
You're on your own, buddy.
I assume it's just those two going in there.
Mm-hmm. Though he was loud enough that you guys could have all heard him say that your friends are all welcome to join as well.
I kind of look back at the group and kind of just outwardly gesture them.
This is suspicious. Taking the two girls into a room, that's super suspicious.
I agree.
I'm like, okay, if you say so.
I think I
just see Andy
just-
turning himself.
I think I just look at Vestelle. I'm like, you know how to reach me if you need me.
You nonsense.
And I will just kind of truly stay where I'm sitting and keep watch on the door, like the entrance to this place. Again, just in case.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Boy.
And I'll move over a bit, like towards the area.
Sure.
Basically, just kind of follow a lot of them going in there.
Sure. Yeah. Varus, as you're kind of sitting there waiting for them to move into their own room, you can look and see, and for some reason you hear very quiet shuffling coming from like directly below you.
But would we know what's below us? Would it be like a basement or another like?
You guys are near the top.
Building.
You guys are near the top level of the actual living tree.
Okay, so it'd probably be like another building, maybe, or like a walkway kind of thing.
Maybe. You're not entirely sure.
Can I just real quick, I just will walk out. Assuming Darcy is actually there and not in his room. Is Darcy in his room?
No, Darcy's here.
Okay. Darcy will have Varus will look at you and just go, I think I might have just heard something. Give me 1 second. And he'll just walk outside.
Heard
and,
what
like,
way?
Underneath. He'll just walk outside and see if he can't see if there's something underneath this area. Just like leaning over like a walkway or something, maybe.
Sure.
Just to see if he can't see what's under there.
Either give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. You do recall that there is another set of like kind of not taverns, of stores and restaurants and things like that on a level below, but that level is a little bit further below, like it's at least 15 feet below, and there's no way you would have been able to hear them.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And you know that from what you've seen of the outside of the tree and going into some of those buildings, because that's where the potions and all that stuff was bought, there was no second story to any of those buildings. So
okay,
yeah, there's a lot of empty space unaccounted for, technically.
I will absolutely, as soon as I walk out and see that, walk back in, pass Artemis on my way back to my seat and just say, I've heard shuffling underneath us, and there's no way there should be something underneath us, so be careful. And then walk back to my seat and tell Darcy the same thing. Not telling Vestelle through the sending stone, obviously, because if this guy that they're meeting is a part of it, I don't want to like tip him off.
He sets the entire building on fire. All of you die. No, I'm kidding.
Jake, question.
What's up?
Woodcarver's Tools gives you bonuses to like investigating wooden structures as well.
Oh,
like with floorboards and whatnot.
Yeah.
Would I be able to tell, like, just with how squeaky some of the boards have been, how open a space underneath this floor might be?
Certainly. Give me a Woodcarver's Tools check with intelligence.
Yep. Sorry, I need to go and edit it.
Yep, all good. Thirteen. There isn't space directly underneath all of the boards, but you can definitely tell that there's some areas that are slightly like more loose as to and could indicate like potential entrances into somewhere underneath the floorboards. Other than that, you can't really tell. You don't know which areas would have anything like that, and you wouldn't be able to tell like where anybody would be underneath these boards. But there's a potential that it could be something like that due to, structural weaknesses and such.
Some of the boards around here are a bit squeakier than others. There could be doors hidden in the floorboards. I'll just say that to Varus.
Wonderful. Well,
you know, it's that sort of thing a lot better than I do. Maybe take a look.
Underneath.
It's not like the entire underneath the floor is one big open space. But there's larger pockets.
I wouldn't even know the first thing about how to get down there right now.
Keep an ear out for any sort of creaking, maybe.
Hello.
Obviously.
Whilst we're walking into this room with this guy, or whenever he's in line of sight of me, I'm gonna use my divine sense and just kind of watch him and the floorboards now with that being pointed out prior.
Sure. Lyra, Vestelle, and Vaerun, you guys are the one going into the room, right? And Artemis, you're just sitting closer?
No, I'm following in. I'll just be kind of away, I guess in the corner or whatever of the room.
Okay, sure. I'll just pop you guys in there.
Yeah, everyone's gonna watch this guy. Make sure he doesn't try anything funny.
Right, yeah. As he kind of walks into the room, he stretches a little bit, leans against the wall, and kind of points to the door and does a head motion towards you, Artemis. Do you close it? Or do you do anything?
Yeah, I'll close it.
All right. Yeah. You should be able to close it yourself if you click on it.
Oh, is that what those little icons are?
Yes.
That's
And then now you cannot see outside because Darcy and Varus are already dead. No, I'm kidding.
I'm waiting for the second that Jake throws like 8 people at us right now. He just puts 8 tokens on the map.
Yeah,
don't
you
worry.
want-
Darcy will immediately start screaming.
Yeah.
You
I'm just waiting for the moment that
roll
Jake's
for
just like,
combat in there?
you can't see anything. 8 tokens show up on the map. Good luck.
But as you guys kind of close the door, he leans back against the wall. He's like, well, some of what I've wanted to ask was mainly what was a vampire and another one, or sorry, what was 2 vampires doing in this neck of the woods? As they, it's a pun. It's a funny pun.
Sure.
You and your friend, right?
Guess it's not that hard to tell, is it?
Well, subtle things. You didn't exactly seem out of breath climbing the tree. You didn't exactly have any struggles getting through the doors. Honestly, you seemed like you almost stuck to the floor. Various other things. It's the breathing as well. You're doing a little bit less of it than your compatriots here. He kind of points to the other 3, and then all of a sudden looks at Artemis.
I'm always holding my breath.
It's like a turtle.
Well, you have your face covered, so you might be a vampire too. I don't know. I'm just curious. I want to know.
You got a problem with it?
Oh, absolutely not. Like I said, curiosity.
Well, I did ask you about the vampires at in the Tribe Point. I'm going there to see if I get some answers about the way that I am.
Familial ties?
Sorry?
Familial ties, as in like family ties?
Sure. Guess you could say that. See if it's true.
Interesting. Well, if any sort of rumor of the Midlands might be believed, is that vampires originated somewhere in the Midlands. Now where? I couldn't possibly tell you. Maybe it's the Tri-Lake. Maybe it's somewhere else. But if you're looking all the way back to your ancestral roots for being why you're a vampire, it's very fair, to be honest. I tried looking over and finding out where my old mum went. Turns out she was murdered by my dad. So, it's got to fuck up a 12-year-old kid. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm still very curious. Because the more secrets I learn about the world, the more I realize how dark it is. But that's probably a bit more dreary than you'd like. Though I have some information about the Tri-Lake that I could potentially be willing to give if you've got a bit of coin to spare. I'm not going to even put it lightly. I like money, and I have information that you want. So, if you want it, just pay me up.
How much talking?
How would we know this information is good? I can tell you know a lot, but
How do you know that any information is good, my dear elvish friend? Every single time that information is transferred from one source to another, it is twisted. Even coming from the original source, your interpretation of it might change, causing it to be woefully different to what you had intended it to be. I might look at a toad and assume it's a frog, and tell people that there are frogs near the Tri-Point, when in reality there might be no frogs anywhere around here. You see what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Now, if this is a risk you're willing to take, I'm more than happy to receive the coin. And if you're ever looking for me, or you want payback because all of a sudden the information I give you just wasn't good enough, you could always find me in Free Reach, or Melagost, or wherever Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a traveler, so maybe you'll have some issues. Maybe you won't. You're adventurers, after all, and adventurers typically, well, they don't have any issues when they really want to find someone.
I think it's worth it. This guy has probably been the most reliable person in this interesting
In this
place.
shithole? Yeah, I'm going to be. They're not going to be very nice to you, I'll tell you that straight up. This, well, the area you've stumbled onto is a bit of, if you couldn't already tell, a center of illegal activities. They love to do that stuff here. There's no one to stop them either, so they kind of just keep it on their own. And they never do anything extraordinary or loud enough to be found. And if such, kind of shrugs, there's no reason for anybody to investigate here. No, isn't that right?
Sad, but true.
And honestly, we're going where we're going anyway, and yes, any information could be good.
Well, let's see.
So, what's your price?
Oh, that's a good question. One that I think you'd be better off answering.
Okay.
He smiles and just kind of leans against the wall.
We don't know how good your information is, even before we hear it. How about we pay you half of it before we hear it, and half after, if it's not nonsense.
Sure.
So guys, how's like 100 gold? Is that how much you pay for information?
I was gonna start off low and then based on his trustworthiness, you can go up.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like a quarter of my entire savings.
I think we should start off with something like maybe 10 and see where that gets us.
10 gold.
Sure.
And then we move up a little bit, I guess, and then kind of like play hard to get.
Yeah.
I can hear you, you know.
Well, I mean, not trying to be sneaky or anything, or at least.
Yeah, I'll set a base price for you. 30 gold.
That helps a lot, actually. Thanks. Yeah, 30 gold it is.
Sure.
Sure, 30 gold up front. You disclose some information, and you determine how much the rest of it is worth to you. How's that sound?
Seems fair to me.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the 30 gold. Who's giving it to him?
I'll give. I can just pay it. This is mostly for me.
All right. He takes the 30 gold, nods. Thank you very much. Well, there's a few things that I know. Oh my god, you just died!
What?
Did you just delete your token?
What?
He's suicide.
I was like, is this part of the plan?
I just changed my money. I don't know what I did.
Vaporized.
Accidentally gave him your life points.
Yeah.
In parentheses, he didn't like
Didn't you
the
know?
30 gold off.
Didn't you know to him money meant life?
Oh no.
He takes
Oh,
30
no.
years
30
off
gold.
of your
My
life.
my life is only worth 30 gold pieces.
He takes a look at the coin, kind of jingles it around in his hands before putting it into a small pouch in his back. All right, 30 gold. Let's start it. Well, what do you really want to know? I'll tell you a little bit about the Tri-Point itself. It's a bit of a mess. The Midlands have never been really able to control the area of the Tri-Point, mainly for the area of the Tri-Point Woods, being that, well, there's a lot of monster attacks. Tandem had originally been set up as a point where Tri-Point and Free Reach could communicate and disperse supplies and manpower and various different things as required. But unfortunately, Tandem a long time ago fell to vampires, or some other beasts, we don't really know. Though there was rumors that some of them had their necks ripped out and their blood drained dry, so one can only assume. Tripoint itself, a bit more interesting. It manages to stay alive because of its leader. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. Might be an interesting place to go. The Trial Lake itself hasn't really been explored since the Second Plague. The dwarves had done some sort of weird experiment in the area, and, well, we don't know the rest of it. Lost to history and all that. Maybe they did something interesting, maybe they did something horrible. Maybe they were the ones who created vampires, plop them down in the middle of the Tri-Lake and let them spew out in every direction into the world as we know it. Or something else entirely. But what I do know is that the Tri-Lake is, the closer you get to it, the less the water resembles water, and the more it resembles blood. Almost jet black by the point you actually make it to the lake. Just, well, honestly rather disgusting for the majority of us, and very, very interesting. Whatever creatures were there, I only spotted a few, seemed actively adamant on avoiding me. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's these muscles as he kind of flexes a little bit. Maybe it's something else. Though I did see this strange four-legged creature. Well, four-legged is hard to say if it was. It was more a bipedal creature that had wings on its arms, almost a kind of anthropomorphic bat, if you were. Large, bat-like wings, a huge, unhinged jaw. It looked dangerous, but it didn't approach me. And it had no reason to, but also we kind of just ran around. Not entirely sure what it was up to. The Tri-Castle. It does still stand. It's interesting. The area around it, certainly. And, I couldn't get close to it. There was something blocking my way. Well, there was something blocking me the entire way, all the way around the Tri-Lake. I couldn't touch the actual waters themselves. And, two, it was really freaking gross, so I kind of left. The air smelled of decay and blood. The very air itself felt like it was trying to choke you. It was not an enjoyable time. Tri-Point, much better. Very green. Lots of trees. Take a boat there, free reach, very easily reachable. Absolutely no issues. Greenspire, shithole. Don't come back here. Center of illegal activities. No. That is how much I'm willing to disclose for this initial payment. I have bits more of information, if you ever so wished it.
Yeah, guys, he's pretty legit. Can I inside him?
Oh, certainly.
He's pretty legit. Doesn't insight yet.
Can I also do one?
Oh, of course.
By the way, did I see anything when I used my divine sense?
You got nothing. No smell, no sound. This is as far as you can tell, this guy just seems like a regular dude.
Gotcha.
Now, guys, if you really want to know the truth, I have Zone of Truth, but it's like a really rude thing to do. It's like...
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, but it's like I'm whispering. I'm like, guys.
He just looks at you. If you really don't trust my word, you can use your Zone of Truth. I don't mind. No, that's your spell slot, not mine. And also, additional fee if you're actually going to use Zone of Truth on me.
So you didn't actually get close to the castle?
No, but I saw it from the distance. It didn't look as ruined as people said it was.
Do you have any other information about this barrier that you ran into?
No. But I have more information on Greenspire, if you're curious. If you're not, then that's where I'll leave it.
Well, I think I'll save my money unless you guys
You still
want
owe
to know
me for
anything
the
more.
second half. How much do you think what I gave you was worth?
I mean, it's
If you say 30, I'm going to be
Confession's not good.
very, very insulted.
Right, so what you told us was... Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can pay the rest and try not to kill myself again.
He looks very confused.
It's not in game. I'm just saying I hope my
Oh.
token stays.
I was like, huh?
Okay, it worked.
Hey, let's go.
But it turns out Artemis has appeared this time.
Oh no. Not Artemis. No. How much do you pay him? Just a 30?
Oh yeah, was he saying that we should give him more?
Yeah, he said he was going to be insulted if you only gave him 30.
I'll give him 20 on top.
He kind of looks over at Lyra and Artemis.
I'll give him 20 as well.
I got more questions for him, so I'm gonna hold my money for that.
He takes the current amount of coin and says, "Thank you kindly. Now, you said you had more questions, Miss Lyra."
Just making sure from the insight check, he's pretty legit.
Oh yeah,
About-
from both Vaerun, you know a little bit about Tandem, and you do recall that in some of its history, it was intended as a place to kind of, for Free Reach to explore more of the Tri-Point. And unfortunately, it was destroyed in some sort of incident, and at the very least, that part of the story checks out, and the bits of history dotted here and there, it seems accurate. Though you cannot tell you can't tell if what he said about the Tri-Lake is accurate at all. But he doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
Vestelle, you get about the same, though you don't know the information about Tandem. More questions? I'm happy to answer.
You said you had a lot of information about the shithole.
Greenspire? I do.
Well, I imagine if you found your way to the shithole in this first place, then there's probably more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, loads more. If you're really interested, I'll give you something for free. Wake up at around midnight. Look out the window and into the waters. You'll see something interesting. Just don't do anything. Alright? You're bound to get yourself stabbed if you do.
Kindly noted. And slide him 40 gold.
He takes it?
I'll give you more if the information really excites me after.
Well, it won't be a monster. At least. Thank you all very much. I love business. I really should go into the information broker type of business. Maybe I'll consider that when I get back to Melaghost. My experience is invaluable.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah. He kind of starts counting the coin and starts putting it into his bag, stretches. Now, without further ado, if none of you have any more questions, I actually have to move on. I've got other places to be.
Safe travels.
Oh, I have one more question, though. This one's probably a stretch for you.
He kind of leans forward, starts kind of wandering over to you guys. Sure. What is it?
I'll ask you, and if you know something, then I'll pay you, and you can elaborate more. If not, then it's just some random ramblings from a drunk.
He kind of tips his head over.
You wouldn't have happened to hear the name Theo anywhere.
Let me make him a history check. He looks at you.
Nope.
Theo. No, I don't believe I have.
Oh, that's a shame.
And it doesn't sound like a familiar name. Apologies.
None at all. You gave us plenty already tonight.
Sure. Come see me in Malagos. I'll be there for a little while longer.
Give me a discount next time.
We'll see. Repeat customers? Don't worry.
Sure, we'll run into you again. If fate would have it.
He nods. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go. Kind of scoots past you guys. Oh, that door should be open. Oops. He looks at all of the rest of you sitting over there and kind of gives you a bit of a nod, wanders over to his table, grabs his drink, finishes it, puts it back on the table, and then heads to the front door before walking out.
The entire time they were in there, no other noises, since I've already been alerted to them. Nothing else I could hear from underneath.
Nope. Doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Rejoin the others.
Yeah.
Kind of just finished my drink, and then just slammed it back on the bar and went to go join the room.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd it go?
I do not like that guy, but he did give us some information that seems to be, I don't know, seemed legitimate to me.
Well, I thought he was a fine fellow. I mean, I've run into much more unpleasant people. We definitely, well, I wouldn't say we got our money's worth, as that's entirely subjective, but we did get a decent amount for what we paid for.
Suppose we'll find out how useful it is once they actually get there.
He said there was the lake sounded like it was full of blood, so that sounds cool for you, Varus.
Very ominous.
I would just like to point out that sounds like the worst place I could possibly be.
At the very least, at that point, you can just drink the lake water as opposed to biting one of us.
Gross.
Let me ask you guys, are you sure you want to come to the Tri-Point area? This is mostly, I mean, it's all for me. I can't drag you guys along into a place that was so horribly described as so horrible.
Well, what if I told you that I'm just going there for fun, and you just happen to be going to the same spot?
I don't know. Yeah, interesting description of fun, but I mean,
I'm a gray. I'm a wanderer. So wandering is kind of what I do.
To be fair, part of my job is dealing with threats. I mean,
Eddie,
I
you're a
wouldn't
little
exactly
muffled.
say. Yeah, probably. I'm on my phone. I can't really do much about it.
Fair enough.
Actually, hold on. I might be able to.
Oh.
Well, I appreciate the company. Definitely glad to be doing this not by myself, with, from what I can tell, good people. But I've
Well,
had
good people, sure, but none of us. Seems like a few of us have some pretty bad circumstances.
I can look past that for now. I have had to bury a lot of good people, and I would hate to have to do that again with this group.
Well, now it just seems like you've put
I
it into the
appreciate
air.
you. I appreciate the concern, but
It,
but no, I mean,
it sounds
to be
about
fair,
the
part of
same.
my job is doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's all good.
But to be fair, part of my job is dealing with creatures and issues like that. So it's just another Tuesday, as they say.
It's another Tilda, not another Tuesday.
What's Tuesday?
Sorry, that's how we say Tilda in Halfling. My bad.
It's canon. Oh,
God damn it.
But yeah, you guys kind of settle down for the rest of the night. Pick your rooms. There's 3 rooms available. All of them are the ones nearest to you 3. Or the 3 nearest to you 6 is what I meant to say.
Can I look in each one of them?
Sure. You can pop open the doors.
They all have like windows.
And they're all
none of them
like,
have windows.
Yeah, which one's the closest to the door?
The door is the flat area on the south. So probably the southwest one.
Okay.
we were told 2 beds. These are all double beds.
Yep.
He said double beds.
Did he say double beds?
He
I
didn't
heard.
say 2 beds. He said double beds.
God damn it.
Gotta cuddle together.
Who's comfortable with who?
I'm enough. I don't need to lay down.
That's true.
That is true.
Sleep on the floor. It's no issue.
It's good for your back.
I'll take the room down here. I probably won't be going to bed just yet.
I guess I'm with Lyra.
Yeah.
Girls' night.
Whoop, whoop.
Pick the middle one.
Alright, they're in your
Who's the unfortunate lad that's gonna have to share one with me?
Varus or Darcy.
What a good question.
Quickly.
What a good question.
Considering we both got cosmic god bullshit, I don't think we should double up.
Right,
Just
yeah,
a thought.
I'll
Just
stay
a
with
thought.
Artemis. I'll stay with Artemis.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
wait. Should I stay with Artemis or Darcy?
I would. I don't know.
Now this is the question.
I thought I met Darcy in the night.
Yeah, you know what? I'll stick with Artemis. I'll let Vaerun deal with anything that might happen to Darcy this
He missed
time.
out on it last time.
Yeah, he was out of it last time. I'll see what happens this time.
No.
I guess
Luckily for him,
I guess
there is no moon.
There's no
well.
moon tonight.
debatable on if that's lucky or not. I suppose Artemis and I are up here then.
Yes.
Since everyone else has claimed the room.
The smallest room.
Fitting.
Yeah. As you guys kind of wander into your rooms, you see that there's
Meanwhile, this one seems to be the biggest one.
the one that Vaerun and Darcy are in. Yes.
Oh, wow.
There is what appears to be a small cabinet where you guys can store some stuff, and a small chair on the ground.
I'm not storing anything in anything here.
I have to store my armor somewhere.
Okay. Artemis, Varus, going to sleep.
Darcy's gonna stay out here a while longer until he's done carving.
What are you carving?
Appears to be a. It appears to be a guardsman. Anybody looking at that would be familiar with it. It appears to bear a coat of arms for Artelon.
Ooh.
I will be keeping Darcy company for a bit. Just cleaning my weapons, armor, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. But yeah, the carving comes along relatively wonderfully. Lyra, you're just kind of sitting there watching Darcy carve. Who's going to bed? Is anybody actually sleeping, or are you guys all just going to vibe until the morning?
I go to sleep. Absolutely.
Waiting till midnight.
I kind of want to wait too.
Nah, I go to fuck to sleep.
I mean, Varus and Darcy didn't even hear about that unless you guys told them about it.
We did not.
No,
yeah, I go to fuck to
actually
sleep.
All right.
Chat a little bit. And yeah, Vaerun will keep an eye out since he doesn't need to sleep that much.
Sure.
Is the giant still there? Or no?
Yep, he's still sitting at the bar. And instead of like kind of squatting now, you can see that he is just full on sitting on the ground now. And instead of chewing peanuts, he seems to be like attempting to read a newspaper or like the paper or something, as he's holding like a large sheet of paper with words printed on it sideways. You can see him nodding every once in a while, so he seems to be getting something out of it.
Or acting like he is.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he's just so brilliant he's reading things sideways.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Artemis step outside the tavern, like on the porch or whatever is out front, and basically just kind of stay out there for a bit, probably smoking a bit while just kind of sitting out there alone.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just trying to put on some music.
Sorry, who was the one asking about a Theo?
Theo.
Yeah, who is that?
That was Lyra.
Or was it the name?
Yeah, you got the name right. And
Okay.
quite frankly, I don't know much about him myself. I actually want to know a lot more about him, but let's just say he's very well respected. Great.
You looking for some kind of answers?
Well, you can say that and don't have any specific goal in mind, but imagine that, the dots will all connect together if I so much as get a chance to meet him.
I guess I'll see when the time comes.
Well, I've been sort of casually just asking around for a long time. It's a rare occurrence to really spot anywhere around, honestly.
No leads?
Have not gotten any leads in years. Honestly, not even other Greys that I've spoken to or have really heard from him.
Do you have a surname?
No, I just know him as Theo.
I'll keep it in mind. I'll see if I can help in any way.
Thanks, that means a lot.
We're all here to help each other.
Nice to be part of a group again.
Never really been part of a group myself. Aside from the guild bar, I don't really count that, even though I'm a bit more of a loner.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm happy when you're
Okay, yes,
normal,
that's true.
but
Happy when you're not, possessed.
I mean, I feel mostly the same way though. I think.
don't worry. I'm sure it'll go a lot better if that ever happens again. At least now we know, right?
Next time we put him down for good.
And I cannot apologise enough for what happened. If I'd known it was that bad.
Oh.
I don't know.
Like Lyra said, we know now, so we'll probably be better equipped to handle it next time.
I'm sure there's a lot worse people that we could be traveling with, so I don't mind this. I hope I don't regret that.
You're a wanderer, right, Lyra? You've been quite a few places, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, I've been to quite a few places, mostly to hunt. Really, I wish I can go to places for sightseeing. Maybe I'll just do that with this group. But for the most part, I've been between Free Reach and wandering around the Veld, the spaces between Malagos, and the odd occasion make my way back to Fort Grey.
You've been up north to a place called Tipper?
Tipper.
Tipper.
I'm afraid not. I don't think I've gone there per se. I actually don't particularly enjoy going to the north and try to keep my visits as short as possible.
Don't suppose you've ever run into anyone part of the from a guild called the Grave Slayers?
Would I know that?
Sorry, give me 1 second. Hello?
Well,
Red bean should be fine. All good, thanks. Bye.
Oh,
Oh no.
Cricket
Sorry about that.
background noise.
My bubble tea order got delayed because they ran out of pearls.
Oh no.
wow.
Get some grass jelly, Jake.
I got some red bean instead.
I was gonna say red bean. That's the best.
Yeah, let's go.
Ew.
red
Yeah.
bean's nice.
It's so good.
Bruh.
Shut up.
Not in bubble.
Shut up, Kay. It's nice in certain types. It's not nice in all of them. Okay, but back to the topic. You were asking a question. What was it?
I asked if he'd ever been to Tipper, and he said no. And then I asked if he's ever run into any one part of the guild called the Grave Slayers.
Give me a history check. Not a guild you've heard of.
I'm afraid not. I don't think I've run into anyone by that, or anyone from guild name that goes by that. Though I'm sure I'll keep an eye out for that name.
My last group I was a part of.
I imagine that those were the good people you mentioned.
They were. They were. Well, we were all, I guess, hunted down. I wish I knew why. And I was the only one who made it out. Thus, bringing the good people.
Hunted down, so I assume that they were all your kind.
They were not. And I don't even know why they let me in. We were a blood hunter guild. We slayed monsters, which would, include vampires. Why they included me, I don't know. But as far as I know, we were doing good work.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but vampire, you and Varus both don't really strike me as regular vampires.
Well, I mean, I did get my blood sucked out by Varus, so
Well, that's one thing, sure, but it happened to me too. But
Actually, me too. No.
yeah, all three of us. But congratulations, we're a club now.
Very exclusive.
Varus in his room
But-
just sleeping peacefully.
But isn't it a thing that vampires are able to walk around in daylight? Not without like burning to death. But
Yes.
that sort of thing don't seem to bother you none.
No.
Oh, never mind. The only person that might know is not here. Actually, no. Lyra might know. Lyra, give me a history check. Or history check. Or Arcana.
both of those suck, so
Never mind.
I guess it's just another question I'd like to have answered. There's quite a list of those.
I suppose so. But all things considered, if vampires are considered monsters, I don't think you're one of them like that.
Thank you. Still closely enough related that makes me wonder why they didn't have any problems with me.
Well, it's not like you subsist entirely off of things like blood, right?
And the missions we went on, they helped with that. They were understanding of it. They were good people. I would really like to know why things happened the way they did.
Maybe someone thought that you were controlling them.
Maybe it was some group. They were dressed in blue and gold. That's all I know about them.
blue and gold. Does that strike any bells for me?
Anybody can give me a history check.
All right.
I'm fucking stupid.
Lyra, ooh,
I'm not.
That color, you have no idea. Darcy. It's the color of a few different houses. It's honestly a rather common color scheme. And simply because you're being told that it's gold and blue, it's a little bit difficult to track down exactly who it might be. You at the very least know of a few. You know the Chevaliers of the South typically use blue, gold, and red. The Crowned Expanse uses black, blue, and gold. And quite a few houses in the Midlands also use it. Let's see, which house was it? It was House Ordon, House Flowers, and House Oriella.
Hmm.
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 Damn, that's crazy.
Out of curiosity, do you remember any other colours they might have had? Any sort of iconography?
Don't think so. It happened pretty fast.
There's a few. There's the Chevaliers in the Southlands. There's the Crowned Expanse. And there's a few families in the Midlands. What was the first one you said?
There, I'll put it in the chat. Makes it easier for you.
There's House Ordan, House Flowers, and House Oriella.
That's the one that our friend Varus is part of, is it not?
It is.
Oh, sorry.
It's not.
With the 22, you would also know that it is also typically used as a royal color. Not necessarily by the royal house, but it's just kind of like a royal color. Set of colors.
Blue and gold is all. Granted, blue and gold is also pretty common for royalty to use.
Well, I guess it narrows it down somewhat. Thank you.
My mom makes a trade in knowing that sort of thing. She's a trailer in Sedonis if you ever find yourself that way.
Keep it in mind.
She's part of, she taught me most of what she knows, though. Though I've never really made any outfits bigger than about yay tall. As he just sort of stands up the figure he's working on.
Well, even if it's not tailoring, you have quite a knack for the arts.
Thanks, and I'm just good with my hands is all. But with how long Darcy's been carving, he's got most of it done. Like you can see like facial details and whatnot, and even at a small glance, there are some similarities between its face and his, although still distinctly different.
Is this someone you know?
This is a carver of my father.
Oh. Were you
It's
close?
He ultimately was closer with my sister, but that's not giving enough credit. He spoiled us.
Where's your family now?
Well,
Well, other than your mother.
yes, well, she moved to Sedonis. My father passed away a while back. He was a guard.
Sorry to hear that.
He and his partner were ambushed in an alleyway. Chopped to pieces almost.
Sorry to hear that. Do you know who could have done it and why?
No. Happened too quickly for even my father's partner to get a good look at him. He survived barely, lost an arm, and his legs are no good anymore. My sister's still an Eidolon too. She's a god now as well, following in his footsteps. She took after him enough She took after him just enough to make me worry.
Yeah, I'd be worried too after what happened to your father.
That sort of thing only happened once, though. I can only hope it was just some deranged maniac who left Audlon that night. And hopefully they never come back.
Let's hope so. DM, what time is it in the game?
10:30.
10:30. Okay.
I think it's time I turned in for the night.
All right. Sleep well.
Right.
Rest well, Darcy.
You as well. And Darcy will go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were two
And then there
waiting
were
for midnight. So he said to look at the water and
the rivers
look
around the rivers around the
Okay.
tree, basically, is what he said.
Okay.
I kind of. Can I look at what the giant thing is doing now again?
As the two of you glance over, you realize that he's asleep, just sitting at the bar.
Is he still holding that paper?
The paper is now on the table in front of him.
Can I go look at it?
Sure.
Is there anything interesting written on it?
It seems to be a relatively interesting kind of article on trees, or at the very least, it looks like a page that's been ripped out of a book on trees.
Okay.
It looks like it probably would have taken like 2 minutes to read it. The font is much too large, and it looks like it was made specifically for someone who can't read small letters. So glancing over it, there's like one paragraph on this entire page. And it takes you like 30 seconds to scan through the entire thing.
Do I get to know a cool tree fact?
Yes, you get to know a cool tree fact. Let me go find it.
All right.
Where is it? No, it's here. There it is. There is a material called ironwood. And this one specifically speaks about it, and it's a rather uncommon tree that produces wood that is as hard as iron, but it's when shaped and kind of correctly used, it's as solid as a steel weapon, but it also allows it to retain poisons much better than any other one. It's a weapon that Varus already has.
Yes. Okay.
Specifically, it talks about that this material retains poisons and various other viscous coatings extremely well, allowing typically one-use poisons and other things to be used several times. And a few other things.
Okay.
I have other facts, but they're mostly not on trees.
I'll have to look for more random papers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll just chill till midnight.
All right. And the time passes. And as the time passes, we're going to take a short break. I need to run to the washroom. I'll be back. back at it again. Yes. But yeah, as time kind of continues to pass on, the hours drift by. Vestelle, Lyra, give me just a con save. Darcy, do you go to bed after you finish carving?
Yeah.
Artemis is also up. He's outside.
Vaerun is up, so he can see the.
Yeah, Vaerun doesn't need to roll this, but Artemis, give me a con save as well, just to generally check how well you're faring at staying up.
Yeah, he's like actively pacing around and like smoking and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. That'll probably be easier for you. Let's see. Yeah. The DC was like 10. Vestelle, unfortunately, you kind of drift off into a light sleep on the table. But Lyra, you're more than capable of waking her up if you wanted to. As time rapidly approaches midnight, the hour kind of... Yeah, it's rather dark on the inside of the actual tavern itself. You guys can't see very much. The only real sources of lighting coming from outside, the moonlight, the soft moonlight of a waning and waxing moon, just kind of enveloping a little bit of the inside of the tavern, though for the most part it is very dark. What are you guys doing? Artemis, you're still outside?
Yeah, like outside the front door on like a porch or whatever the front of house looks like.
Sure, give me a perception check. Since you're already out there. Oh, do you have dark vision?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So you wouldn't get disadvantage. You would actually get advantage because you were told about it. So you can add the roll if you wanted to. Or press the plus button. 22. Whoa, double 22. Sheesh. Kind of leaning over the railing, you can see that the majority of the town's activities has died down. There's very, very few people, like maybe one or two, that are walking around the actual tree itself. Glancing down towards the actual river, you see what appears to be a small boat with a few people that you hadn't noticed just moments before. One figure kind of in a very large hood, kind of propped up. You could see that their head kind of bulges out somewhat, though you can't tell in what fashion. And you see a few other people getting into the boat. Two shorter men, probably halflings or dwarves, and two taller men, or women, you don't know, probably human-sized. And all five of them get onto the boat and just very quickly start rowing downstream.
Row gently down the stream.
As they get about 40 or 50 feet away, you see that they just kind of vanish. As in, genuinely just disappear. Almost as if the invisibility spell was cast over all of them.
Intriguing. Well, I guess just look ahead wherever they were going and just see if maybe they show back up at all.
You do see, with your relatively high perception roll, 22, that there is what appears to be like ripples in the water, though they do not seem to reappear. As they disappear out of your view between the trees and various different places, as the rest of you kind of step out of the room. Lyra?
Oh, yeah, I wake up Vestelle, just kind of gently nudge internally.
Lyra,
See
Vestelle.
midnight.
The two of you are awake. Darcy, would you would probably be done before then. Would you have gone back to your room, or?
I think he went to sleep.
Yeah, Darcy went to sleep after he was done curving.
Oh, your token is still out there, so I was like,
Oh no, I was on like the actual main map. Sorry.
yeah, all good. Just takes up the entire bed. Fuck Vaerun.
Vaerun doesn't need it.
That is true.
Oh,
But yeah,
He said as much.
Oh, I'm getting called from fucking the bubble tea place again. Hello?
Are they out of red bean?
Yeah, that's me.
Still waiting.
oh man, it's been like 2 hours since you ordered.
I am saddened. My roasted milk tea is not available anymore. Whatever, it's fine. Back at it again. Vaerun, Vestelle, and Lyra, the three of you kind of walk out of the room and meet Artemis on the balcony as he seems to be following his eyes at something that had passed by.
You see anything interesting? As our informant had said would happen?
It would seem as though there was a little crew that hopped on a rowboat and went on their way and then quite literally vanished.
Ish.
Towards where?
Say again?
Towards where? Which direction?
I'll kind of point in the general direction, or at least the general area where they
Mhm.
vanish, and then point out the direction.
They seem to have been heading south towards Filden, sorry. As the river flows from Veld Castle to Greenspire and from the Tri-Lake to Greenspire, the flow towards the ocean is the one that goes towards Filden.
I wonder if that's the barrier that Duncan was talking about. Maybe they can pass through it somehow.
The barrier
You
was
think-
by Tri-Lake, not Greenspire.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how wide it reached.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looked like there was a handful of people that popped in it, and then there was also a guy who seemed a little out of place compared to the rest of them, with like cloaked and everything. But
Pretty suspicious. This late at night.
Well, I mean, this place is kind of a hub for suspicious things, so is it really suspicious?
Yes.
But this whole place is suspicious.
It's normal suspicious activity then.
I mean, if you're so curious, we can poke our noses a little bit and see what we can find.
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of time. We could take a look.
Or we can just leave peacefully in the morning and continue on our way to the Tri-Lake.
yeah, I don't think we should go overstepping this time of night, especially while we're missing a couple people.
See your point. Plus, we can be seen as suspicious at the same time.
Not sure if it's worth turning Greenspire against us just yet. At least we should wait till we come back from the Tri-Lake.
All right.
Hey, if there's something shady going on, yeah, we can help out.
Do you guys head
Maybe
back
it's-
inside, or do you... Oh, sorry.
No, well, what time do we see? Like, we're gonna go see the thing, right?
Well, it's up to you. I don't really care what her choice is. It's really up to I guess Vestelle, who she would rather prefer to go to the Tri-Lake with no issues, or wants to stir some trouble, potential trouble.
I guess getting to the Tri-Castle as fast as possible would be ideal. But if we do want to look further into this, I'm not opposed.
Artemis?
Are we, I guess, like are we planning on doing this now or just tomorrow?
Well, I imagine that we have to maybe do it now, because they'd probably
Well, we're leaving.
be long gone. Yeah, but we're also leaving tomorrow. Now's really the only time.
It hurt that much to take a peek, right?
You know what? We can take I think we can take a small peek. You know, we're not gonna go too far. We just happen to be wandering restless at night. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose just try to avoid any actual conflict.
We don't want to wake up the others. I still have the stone to contact Varus if we need backup.
I mean, we can wake them up right now, even.
Do we want to, or should we let them sleep? I guess it's probably wise to tell them where we're going.
We should give them the option. Let's wake them up real quick and just ask.
All right. You guys wander back into the building itself and wander over to Varus's room, where you can see that he is sprawled out on his side of the bed, currently completely dead asleep. But as you guys walk over, you can... Varus, you still have a passive 16, right?
I mean, yeah.
You wake up as soon as they
it'd be
enter.
-5?
Yeah, because you're asleep.
17.
Oh, 17. Yeah. As soon as they kind of enter and start walking towards you, you notice and kind of shake yourself awake. As footsteps approach.
Yeah, just random footsteps, right? I don't know technically who they are yet.
You have no idea.
It's more of a fucking rapier drawn, pointed.
As the rest of you walk into Varus's room, you can see that he has sat up right before you guys entered and kind of drew his rapier pointed at the door.
I think we would have the decency to knock.
Oh, the door's closed, yeah.
You guys didn't close the door when you left.
Just walk in and be like, hey.
Am I the only one that closed their door?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Artemis left after I fell asleep, so I guess so.
Yes, that's what the door icons are for. So if you leave it open, you'll be able to, 1, see through it, and 2, walk through it. And I don't think you guys can lock it, but I can lock doors. So yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just kind of sit up, realizing who it is. Put the blade back down. What's the problem?
We've seen a boat disappear going south on the river. We're going to go check it out.
All right.
You are welcome to come with. But if not, we just wanted to let you know.
Let's get going. He'll just sit up, obviously having pretty much fallen asleep in the clothes he wore, just gets up, straps his rapier to his belt, and starts walking out.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up Darcy with the same thing. Like, hey, it's a suspicious boat. When we're going out for a nighttime stroll, we're gonna check it out. You're welcome to come.
As you
if
guys are
want,
trying
but
to
we
wake
just
him
want
up,
to tell you-
Darcy, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oh,
my
fuck
God.
me.
He wakes up just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Darcy. Just letting you know, we saw a suspicious boat and we're just going out to check it out. You're welcome to join if you want.
No. He just rolls over and starts snoring again.
All right. But the rest of you make your way out, or do you guys try and wake Darcy up again?
Seems like
I
he
think we
wasn't
should
interested.
try to get him up at the very least.
Oh, I just woke him up. He seemed like he was sleeping.
Did he actually wake up, or did he just...
Well, he did like the grumbled wake up.
So then he didn't actually wake up?
Oh, well, if you want to wake him up again, you can try and wake him up.
Yeah, I'll go to the... I'll go to the room.
You see a very asleep and very kind of crumpled in a heap Darcy.
Yeah, I will just try my best to wake him up.
I mean, Darcy, they're trying to wake you up again.
Okay. Literally no one is in my room.
Oh, you guys gotta move your tokens, man.
Give me... Bam!
Slap.
I'm in the room.
All right. What? Is it? And it's
There you
still.
are.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
They are going to investigate a boat that disappeared in the lake.
I.
I didn't know if you wanted to come with, or if you'd rather stay here by yourself in the sin that we heard shuffling underneath the floorboards.
What kind of useless either way?
Up to you.
Fine, give me 5 minutes.
All right.
Darcy will get up and get dressed.
I'll walk back outside and close the door behind me. He's coming.
Where to close your door?
Alright.
Uh,
Yeah, let's close your doors.
All right. As the full party kind of wanders out of the inn itself, actually, give me a stealth check.
That's about what I expected. Actually, wait, no. Wooden floors. I have. That's a thing with woodcarver's tools. They give you advantage on stealth rolls to avoid squeaky boards.
interesting.
Mm. You rolled the exact same thing. I see. Okay. Well, as you guys are kind of exiting the actual building itself, you hear and see the half giant kind of wake up. They look up. Oh, living so soon. It's the
We'll be
middle
back.
of the night.
We're gonna go look for some ironwood.
Oh, what's that?
Never mind.
Oh. He just looks very confused as you guys walk out.
Ironwoods?
It's what your rape is made of.
No, not that, but why are we looking for it?
I
Oh.
know, I'm guessing.
Well, he was trying to read about it, but I don't think he got very far.
Gotcha.
Maybe this doesn't retain the information.
I'm sure he tried his best.
Even if we did find ironwood, we ain't got the tools to harvest it.
That makes sense. If it's hard as iron,
I still need to get my tools refurbished for it.
All right, shall we?
After you.
Okay, let's go. We leave.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you guys heading as you guys exit the actual building itself? Looking around, the moon in the sky, the night quiet for the most part, and as you guys are glancing about, nary a soul to be seen. Actually, that's not true. You do see 2 guards near where you guys had first come in. You don't know if it's the same 2, but they're kind of just standing there. One of them is holding a torch.
I don't know about you all, but it seems eerily quiet and empty here, despite the time of night.
I don't like it.
I mean, I know that it's late, but I personally have been to many cities, and there's still a nightlife, so to say. So this is a little
There's
unusual.
also supposed to be a lot more guards.
Considering they sell this place as a tourist city, you would definitely expect more.
Maybe all the guards are elsewhere.
I'll keep your guard up. And you should probably get going before we lose any traces of that boat.
Do you want to use the cart? Do we just walk there?
Was it far?
It was at the base
I mean,
of
I
the tree.
imagine.
Was the boat like far away?
Yeah, it was at the base of the tree, and they took it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you meant the cart, sorry.
No. The card is also at the base of the tree.
Yeah, we'll just go down there.
I mean, if anything, we can get to it and then follow the water and see if there's anything to be seen.
All right.
So, aside from the fact that a boat disappeared going downriver, why are we following it?
Oh, right, you weren't in the room when we were discussing.
I was curious myself.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, curious about what?
Why we're going to see the boat.
Oh.
But no one's answered yet, so I guess my curiosity shall never remain.
For some reason, I thought it was a question for me. I was like, I could help, but...
Well, we saw something shady happening, so we're just a bit curious.
This was also a town filled with pickpockets and thugs.
Oh, he also mentioned that around midnight, the little stream or river, whatever you want to call it, has some potential odd occurrences happening.
Paid a lot of money for that information. I hope I can get its money's worth.
It does seem like it was at least to an extent true, since there was a literal boat that just kind of up and vanished.
All right. So you guys are following the boat? Or attempting to?
Yes.
Sure. Now the real question is, how far are you willing to go?
Ooh. I'm willing to go outside the city.
The city is the tree. There is no city outside of the tree.
Yeah, but we're following the boat.
How far away before they disappeared in the base of the tree?
They didn't go into the base of the tree. They left from the tree.
No, like how far from the base of the tree did they disappear?
Like from where Artemis saw them disappear. Like they vanished pretty close, so probably about 200, 300 meters away from the tree. They disappeared into the invisibility. And then they just never reappeared, as far as you guys saw.
Hopefully we can, for like a few kilometers, just a lovely stroll along the river.
An hour or so?
Yeah. If we want, we can take the cart to at least speed up the trip. That way, should we decide to come back, we can come back relatively quickly.
Sure.
All right. So you guys head out? And begin following the path. About... let's see. Yeah. About 30 minutes or so later, give me a investigation. Oh, actually, give me a survival check. Anybody who wants to.
Sure.
10, 7, 9.
Jesus.
So we all can roll.
Everyone can roll. 20.
Sure, why not?
17. Okay. At about 30 minutes or so away, about 2 or 3 kilometers down the actual stream itself, Varus, you do notice something in the water, in the middle of the stream, seemingly in the mud and such. Artemis, you notice it as well. It seems to be shining and kind of reflecting the light, though you can't really tell what it is.
How far away?
It's like maybe 15 feet from the banks of the river.
So I'd have to get in the water to grab it?
Oh, 100%.
Or is it like mud?
Like it's in the actual water itself.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm usually dirty anyway. I'll go grab it.
The rest of you watch as Varus doesn't say anything and just wades into the water.
Don't worry,
Yep.
I can drive off it.
No.
Right? As you kind of plunge into the actual water itself, just give me a dex check just to see if you can grab it.
Pretty good at those, usually.
I think you're jinxing
Like, yeah,
yourself.
you know.
No.
Oh,
you're good.
see, 17.
Yeah, you managed to grab it and then kind of pull out a lump of mud, and for a moment you're like, ah, shit, I didn't get it, until you kind of shake your hand a little bit and you see what appears to be a small kind of ring made of silver in your hand. There's an insignia on it, but doesn't really seem to be one that you recognize. Actually, give me a history check.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Another 17.
it is not one you recognize.
I will, at the very least, head back onto land and just show everyone else what I found.
What's that then? Yeah.
A ring Found
Can I
it
make?
in
I'm
there.
going to make my own history check.
Yep.
Although
Anybody who takes a look
I've
at
only-
it can. Except for Vestelle,
15.
because you wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, my
Um,
role reflects that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this on Varus because he's dirty.
Sure.
where the hell did you get that?
What's my starting item?
Oh,
Yep. You look at Varus, you tap the stone, and he's still wet, but all the mud and the guck is now gone from him.
wait a minute. Did we get like an actual starting item?
Yeah, one common item.
I never picked out a common item.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What?
Huh? I don't remember.
What the hell are you
saying
talking about,
this.
Kay?
What? Oh no, I bought it.
We had
Oh,
to buy.
there you go.
That's a very different thing.
I was
Gay.
like, I didn't give you guys anything that you to buy. I was like, you could, or sorry, anything for free. You could buy stuff.
Yeah, it's alright. That
I
was
was
a
like-
starting
I
item.
was like, huh? I was like,
But yeah, I bought it.
I was like, wait, we got a starting item? Why did I have to pay for my bag of holding?
I was confusing it with a different game where we got a common starting item.
Yeah, that was Jake's Seafaring campaign.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was my other game.
But yeah, I bought this.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a noble. I can't go without it.
And yet the other noble was the one who was absolutely dirty.
But Vaerun, you vaguely think this might be some sort of Midlands lord ship symbol, though you don't know who or what. And that's a big maybe. You could be mistaking it for a completely different sigil.
You know, when I studied history, I believe I scrolled through the symbol in the book. I don't remember exactly which one. It might have been a book about Midland nobles, but I have to double check to make sure.
Well, it's something more than all the rest of us have.
Well, if it's a chance, maybe we can grab a book or ask someone.
I don't think I would recommend asking someone.
Going through a book then, safest option.
Well, are we going to continue?
Yes. Let's make our way.
All right. As you guys continue forwards, there for another 30 or 40 minutes, nothing interesting seems to pop up. Do you guys keep going?
There's no traces, no ripples in the water.
Nope.
Okay.
One, it's a boat going downstream, so you know it's going to be much
okay.
faster than you guys. The reasonable assumption is that you probably wouldn't be able to catch up to it. Unless they stopped at one point. You guys can keep going, or you can back up.
So we're
This
like
is going.
an hour
Uh-huh.
out. So
Yeah, you guys have been going about an hour.
What's the actual point of this? If it's a boat on a river, we're not going to be able to catch it. And if they've already stopped somewhere, we'd have seen them by now.
There was a tip that we got.
Is there anything else to it?
Vaerun, you also remember as a part of the tip, he said not to poke your nose where you shouldn't.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't look too far. It was just something. If we could see it, we could see it. But if we don't, we shouldn't
I'm going back to
too
bed.
far. And
Yeah. I think it's time to go back.
Unfortunately, since it's been an hour of slightly more than lightly strenuous activity, you'll have to restart your long rests.
That's fine.
Fine, we can sleep in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the barkeep or whatever comes knocking on our doors at like 7 a.m. to turn the keys in.
No. Vestelle, do you have a question?
No.
Okay, then back all of you go. Another hour and 10 minutes pass, but you guys are back in bed at around 2 a.m. Surprisingly, the city still is essentially zero activity. But yeah, you guys get back into your rooms with no issues. Do you guys want to just sleep until the morning, or anything else you'd like to do for the night?
I'll be asleep.
I will keep the ring and just kind of pocket it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will go back to sleep.
Hold up, I have to make a note that you found the ring.
Cool.
Yeah, Artemis will mention like on our way as we're heading up to the rooms, because it's me and Varus are in a room. So once we get back to our room, I'll say once we get up, we could probably use one of the scrolls to identify that ring if we want.
This ring, I don't think it's much.
Mhm.
I really don't think this one's magical. We've got that other ring if you'd like to give it a try.
Oh, sure, yes.
Probably the more magical one.
Yeah,
I'll take the other ring out and just toss it to you.
All right.
Sure.
But eventually you guys kind of settle back into bed, and the next 8 hours go by. 1, 2, 3. As eventually all of you wake up, and you can take a long rest if you'd like. Long rest. Oh, there you go. And let's stop the cicadas. Let's turn on the day ambiance.
It's not like I lost anything, so
Yeah, might as well, right?
I guess I'm just gonna roll a con save to see if Darcy ended up with the level of exhaustion. Probably not.
Nice. But as all of you
Since
guys,
you already said that we would need to restart our long rest.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
But as all of you kind of gather up once more, you can see that honestly, the half giant, or he's still asleep. Like as you guys walk out of your room, you can see that his head is now like on the counter in front of him and is just going.
Were we able to identify the ring at all or no?
Yes, the ring specifically is a ring of. It was a summon fire elemental ring with 1 charge. You have control of the fire elemental so long as you maintain concentration. If you lose concentration, the fire elemental is now loose. But if you are holding concentration, at any point you can use the summon word to dispel it. However,
And that still
consumes the
uses up
charge.
the
Still.
charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't restore any charges, so
it-
you have 1 use
what-
of it left, basically.
Oh, one use period.
Yep,
You got
one
it.
use period. There is no recharge.
Gotcha.
And did he? So does it still have one charge left, or did it have one charge that he used?
No, there's one charge left now.
Gotcha. Okay. And is the ring itself attunement, or do you just have to
Nope,
have it and know the
not
keyword?
attuned.
Okay. Well, I mean, it looks like we have a potential fiery friend should we ever need to call some backup. If anyone wants to hold on to it.
My boba is here. Be right back.
You finally got it.
After what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
I mean, if no one else wants it, I'll hold on to it for now.
It doesn't seem like any of us would have any issues using it. I think anyone can, provided you know the trigger word for it. But other than that, it has the one use, so use it wisely, I suppose.
I'm back.
I don't
Very
need
well.
it.
Nah, Varus will take it.
Did you want to identify the weapon as well?
Don't we only have like 2 scrolls?
That's why I'm asking.
Which weapon?
Your sword.
No, he already
Oh
attuned
no,
to it.
you
So he
attuned to
already
it. You already
knows.
know
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, I ate it the other day.
Yes, I forgot. Yes, you're good.
Yeah.
Alright. You guys wake up in the morning and there's plenty of activity out and about. But what are you guys up to? Are you guys leaving?
Yeah, we should head out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we got all right stuff.
yeah, we stocked up already.
And travel. Got information.
Oh, I'm guessing there's nowhere I can get arrows or bolts in this town, is there?
Ooh, that's a good question. I need those too.
With Woodcarver's tools, I can make you some.
Well, can't you buy some?
I don't know if this.
I'm
does
just, I'm
have
just saying for the sake of in case of an emergency.
I'm sure there's a Fletcher's around here.
There is a general store you could probably buy some arrows from, maybe.
If I can, I would like to.
Yeah, you can.
I would absolutely go with it.
They're same as base price. So if you wanted to purchase them, you can open up your inventory. And then on the top right, you can go into the 3 dots, click input, and then boppity bop boop.
Do they have a specific amount, or can I buy as many as I want?
You probably wouldn't be able to buy more than like 60.
Cool. I'll just buy 40 then.
I also bought that much.
Sorry.
Wait, I didn't add it. Oh no, I did. Okay, did not buy that much, but I'm good.
All right. But you guys officially set out once more from Greenspire and into the woods towards the Tri-Lake. Which path would you like to take? There is the river path, which you guys had seen that this river flows directly out from the Tri-Point, and most likely one of the 3 mountains near the actual Tri-Lake. You can go in a more southerly direction and see if you can take a shortcut over the hills towards the Tri-Castle. Where would you guys like to go?
Can we see the map?
You just zoop yourself over.
Yep, you can just move yourself
Yeah.
over.
And the top left.
The map I have it set so that you guys can always see it.
Ah, I see.
Very convenient.
Intriguing.
Okay, so we go down the river and we walk around the lake. It'd be easier than just going straight to the castle.
Well, you don't know if there's even a path to the castle if you go south. You know that this river leads to most likely the Tri-Lake, so you'll have a chance to get into there from there.
Probably the safest bet.
Yeah.
The problem with that is there's almost definitely not a path anyways. It's a ruin.
Yeah.
Any
I was gonna
road
say-
to it will fall into disrepair by now.
If we were on foot, we could go that way and just walk straight through. But with the current, it'd be pretty difficult to make it through that.
If
Big
we
of a flood.
go, if we follow along the southern road and just cut eastward, we'll at the very least be able to park the car a bit closer to the castle, just outside the tree line. And we'll also have a clear view as we're going along, so that nothing nasty can sneak up on us. Right?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, we can try it.
Sure.
All right.
Sounds if what you were saying is true yesterday about the lake being like filled with blood, then Jake, we're going this way.
Oh,
And then cutting right.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can try
He's
and
like,
see.
oh, awesome.
Not even in 3 days.
Well,
Well, we should
you'll have to get
probably plan-
you'll have to get over the mountains and through the trees, so it will be 3 days before.
Oh, there's no mountains here.
There are mountains there. I just haven't drawn them in, or like they're underneath the tree line. Can you
Oh, then those are hills. Those
can you
aren't
see, like,
mountains.
that one. There should be one there.
Yeah.
There should be one like here. It's really hard to see. That's my fault.
To be fair, the clouds are currently obscuring.
Yep.
Right, but it's not like
I mean, no matter what, we'd still have to go through some mountains anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So let's
No.
take the one that's ultimately a shorter trip, anyways, and we don't need to
if we
and we
take
don't need to abandon our cart for days on end.
unless we get a boat. But yeah.
Then we're abandoning the cart.
Mhm.
And do you want to schlep a boat all the way into the Tri-Lake through the mountains?
No.
Be Canadian.
Yes.
What is it called when you
Portage.
Yeah, that one. Portage. Portage some canoes, you know.
I've had to do that through the Vaerun Lakes. It's not that fun.
Fair. All right. So you guys are going south now.
The paths they have for portages are so fucking thin.
Mm. But if you guys are heading south, following along the path, that's not too much of an issue. The path gives you full speed, and then the mountains and the trees give you a little bit more trouble, but okay.
Worst case, we'll be leaving the horses for like 2 days.
I will be choosing the combat or the encounter.
the combat, you say?
Wait a minute.
Just screaming.
Hold up, Jake. Let's talk about this.
It's too late. You guys already made your decision.
It's supposed to be a peaceful stroll.
You guys are heading to the
Yes.
Tri-Castle. It's not going to be peaceful.
Peaceful
It's
stroll.
by all accounts one step below the castle of Vlad Dracula Tapash himself.
Yeah, basically. You guys are going into Curse of Strahd and heading to Strahd's castle.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You-
Let's go.
Get me out.
Me too.
Get me out.
This ended poorly for Darcy last time. Hopefully.
This ended poorly for Surya's character as well last time.
Yeah, this ended poorly for Darcy last time, and he was also, probably double the level we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was like level
Actually,
9.
Vestelle was made for a Strahd campaign. It was a one-shot.
Hey, there we go.
And it turned out well, so.
That's good.
Yeah, let's hope Varus doesn't somehow change his name to Art.
It's my backup character, so
It's already too late. Varus has survived more than 2 sessions.
truth.
Not in Curse of Strahdland.
That is true.
Also true.
Well, I'm hoping I don't kill Andrew's character like that again.
Let's go.
But, boom.
Boom.
As you guys depart the city of Greenspire in the beautiful mornings of the 10th of Julia, traversing kind of, honestly, basically along the same path that you guys were going the night before.
Oh, cool.
But this time you guys go much further and kind of continue traveling it through the various different days. The first days, there's still trees and kind of woods nearby to the actual Greenspire area. It's not too far. You guys are, I think, from Greenspire. It's only about 100 miles or so to Tricastle. So, not too bad.
Hey, we might be hitting Tricastle on the 12th.
Yes. Oh, that might be good fortune.
Regardless of what day, we should probably plan to go in the daylight.
Yeah, because it's nearly 2 days just to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The last day will require you guys to kind of get into the actual area. But, no. All right. But yeah, after about 2 days of traveling, let me actually move the time. Bada bing, bada boom. The 11th. The 10th is spent traveling. You guys got a really nice travel day. The 11th, there's the fields are a little bit more open. It's kind of really nice traversing. The weather is nice. It's getting closer and closer to summer, so sometimes the weather gets a little bit more uncomfortably warm than it does lean towards the little bit colder weather. But yeah. As you guys advance towards the Tri-Lake, as it appears in the distance, you do see kind of a series of clouds that almost seem perpetually over the area. The lands all around you, looking to the north, to the west, even to the south, is almost completely clear. There's, some wispy clouds high up in the sky, but nothing too much. But looking towards the east, towards the Tri-Lake, you see this perpetual stack of cumulonimbus clouds that just seem to be sitting over top of the region and just refuses to move. They look dark, imposing, and you can see that the underneath of them is kind of lit up with this almost darkness that as they're covering the entirety of the sun and seemingly preventing the area from receiving any real sunlight.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
As you guys get closer and closer, it very much becomes more and more obvious as you guys reach the Tri-Point Woods, or at the very least the edges of it, on the morning of the 12th. Let me move time a little bit back. Yeah. On the morning of the 12th, you kind of glance around and you can see that you are now basically enveloped in the edges of this cloud. The darkness begins to set in, and very strange, because looking over to the west, it's completely clear. It's beautiful. There's a field of grass right behind you as you guys step into the shadow of this forest, into the darkness. And very quickly, the tone of the entire atmosphere just seems to completely shift. Whatever birds that were singing just completely die out, whether through actual death or whether through a muting of their volume. You aren't sure. But kind of glancing around, it's dark. It's a little bit creepy, and the forest doesn't seem nearly as healthy as those trees that had been around Greenspire. Even at the very edges of the woods, you can see that the trees are visually, they almost appear like they're rotting a little bit. Portions of their bark is split open. You can see dark kind of pustules of sap dripping out of places they probably shouldn't be. And you can see the ground itself, rather than the healthy green grass that seems to have been growing from where you had just come, instead be this dark, muddy brown. It seems alive, though maybe barely, as you guys begin to advance forward to the Tri-Castle. And as you do, the day kind of drags on. It's hard to tell exactly what time it is of the day, mainly due to the fact that, the sunlight is kind of inconsistent at best. The area around you is dark and kind of hard to see. But as you guys begin to push through these lands, I need to check my session notes. Yeah. And soon you guys come across like a small pond. And Varus, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, of course.
Guys, I don't feel as
We all-
comfortable as.
We all knew this was
thought you
coming. Oh.
As soon as you glance up over towards the actual small pond itself, for some reason, this strange urge, the same urge that you feel when you kind of see blood, overcomes you for a brief moment before you fight it back.
You alright?
This place is definitely not okay. It's almost like I barely passed, so it's almost like the fangs. It kind of coming out a little bit more, and the eye is almost shifting red, but not there.
As you guys continue to press forward, the pond being left behind, you almost feel like the trees themselves are kind of towering over you as they get taller and taller as you guys push forward into the actual forest itself. As you continue to move on, Varus, it feels like someone is watching you.
Can I tell from where? Just like from the shadows, or?
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
You are unable to tell. The back
Nothing.
of your hair, the back of your neck is just kind of, the various different hairs is standing up. It feels like you're being stared at.
I think I probably do turn around real quick. Just full, not 360, but just look around. Don't see anything. I have a feeling we're being watched.
That's nice.
From where? Who? I don't see anyone.
I can't tell.
And as soon as he mentions it, Artemis, Vestelle, Vaerun, Darcy, you guys begin to feel it as well. A small kind of creeping sensation that something's not quite right. That you're being observed. Like you're standing in the middle of a field and something at the edge of it has a rifle pointed at you.
I'll do my divine sense and do a quick scan around.
Okay. And with a very quick scan around it, could you pop it into chat? I just want to check something.
Yeah, give me one moment.
You can sense desecrated and hallowed ground.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to check.
This desecrated grounds.
Yeah.
No, it's
Here you go.
hallowed.
Yeah, it's
But frankly, it would make us
It's
even
just
more
hallowed.
worried.
It's just hallowed to a very specific god.
it is indeed desecrated. Almost this entirety of this area. It's not heavy. It's not overpowering, as if it's had time to kind of calm down, but it is very much still there. Lyra, for you, your instinct is almost overpowering and telling you, get the fuck away from this place.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel the shit.
Does it seem like it was desecrated a long time ago, or is it more recent?
From the best that you can tell, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. And yeah, Artemis will kind of glance around and just say, yeah, this entire place has been desecrated some years ago.
Makes sense.
Well, pray to your gods, I guess.
Oh god.
Every god up and above, please help me. But as you guys are kind of continuing to press forward, I need someone to roll me a d6.
I can do it.
Sure. Give me that d6.
Fuck.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
We'll find out. It's one or the other.
Yes, you will. You will indeed find out. All right, but
Six dozen twig blights.
oh, that's
Oof.
oh, it's actually not that far from what? Huh?
I'm waiting for the blights to show up. This screaming Goliath tree.
But as you guys kind of continue to press forward, it's rough going. The terrain itself almost seems unforgiving and doesn't want you to press forward. And just continuing, it's hard. I need all of you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Woohoo.
Yeekmees.
Oh boy.
Why? I only get the 20s and it matters.
Oh, oh no. Okay. Vaerun, you're probably middle of the pack, and Varus, I'm guessing you're at the back.
Usually.
Yep. Vaerun, as you guys kind of continue pushing forward, you grab a tree branch and pull yourself up with it. And as soon as you see you pull yourself over the top of this branch, you glance back and you see Vestelle, Lyra, Darcy, and Artemis have all turned around and are starting to walk backwards.
Oh my god.
As Varus, you watch as all four of them just kind of turn around and start walking backwards.
I'm like, guys, where are you going?
Do we realize that we're walking backwards?
As you hear Vaerun's voice, you kind of glance over at him. You're like, you think you're going forwards. You don't recall turning around.
Guys, this
Are
way.
they still walking back though?
Mm-hmm.
I guess while
they're
he
not,
walks,
they're
when they
not
approach.
walking backwards now. They're stopped after you guys have called them.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm
Forwards.
right. That's where we were going, isn't it?
It's not where you were going. Don't let this place get to you.
It might be a bit late for that, if that's the case.
Well, that's why I'm back here, so keep going.
Right. Darcy will turn around and try going proper forward.
Yep, you do. Lyra,
No, I'm kind of laughing.
yep, Lyra, Vestelle, Artemis, you guys can also kind of turn around and follow in Varus and Vaerun's steps.
Yep.
But yeah, as you guys proceed forward, you keep going, and you can see now the base of the mountain kind of rising up in front of you. As the tree line gets a little bit sparser, you see yourself at the base of one of the mountains near what appears to be kind of a bridge between the two of them. Give me a survival check, any of you, or all of you actually. This is a group check. I should just say that next time. Group check survival.
Group check.
Group check.
Yeah.
I see.
We still need Darcy.
I did a 15.
We need Artemis.
Yes.
There he is. Oh, well, half and half.
Lyra,
Look at the rest of you bringing down the curve.
Lyra, Darcy, Artemis, the three of you kind of glancing around, you realize there is some sort of path that you guys are currently standing on. It seems really old, but you could probably make use of it, though you're not sure whether you should follow it to the left or to the right.
Left or right?
Does this area seem at all familiar to Vestelle?
Actually, yes. Vestelle, give me a wisdom saving throw. As you stand at the base of this mountain and kind of look up into the dark, distant clouds above, for a brief moment, something flashes across your vision. A distant memory or a vision? You aren't entirely sure. At the very top, as all of you hear this lightning, or see this lightning go off, Vestelle, you see a small figure at the very top of the mountain. And for a brief moment, you think it's yourself. No,
Did anyone else see that?
that can't be. No one else seems to.
See what?
There was someone at the top of the mountain.
I have a pretty good eyesight. I think I would have noticed if something like that was up there.
That's it.
But other than that, no, the area does not look that familiar.
Onward then.
Left or right?
At the split, I will use my divine sense again and just try and see if maybe one path is obviously desecrated, whereas maybe the other is not.
Man, that place seems a lot more evil. I guess we're going there.
Sure. Give me give me just a general intelligence check as you use that.
Oh, I'm not good at those. Okay, I clicked it. Give it a moment.
Oh.
You think the
Yes,
right path?
If you say so.
Yes, the path is not a path. Right it is, gentlemen.
Jake is
God
so happy
damn
right
it.
now.
Like they say, right is always
Golden
right.
encounters.
You know? Mhm.
Well, I have no reason to argue, so
Okay.
Right, it is.
yeah, no reason to argue, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This pathway right here, it definitely looks a whole lot more evil than the other one, so you know what?
I mean, is it possible to take a look? Like, can I just look down the left path and
Oh yeah,
see,
yeah.
I don't know,
You can.
anything?
They both of the paths look like they're kind of winding, and one of them curls outwards back into the forest, which is the left path, while the right path kind of curls a little bit further up the actual mountain itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, yeah, okay.
And disappears around the edges of the other hill. So maybe.
Varus will just nod to himself and be like, Artemis must be correct.
I knew you'd come around, Varus. I knew you'd get it.
Right it is.
All right. As you guys go to the right, and kind of begin to your ascent, you begin to hear various different kind of sounds, Varus, things that don't necessarily connect right. This entire forest has been rough on everything, but you begin to hear almost like the movement of trees, snapping twigs and moving branches in ways that seem really unnatural, and trying to find the source is almost impossible. The rest of you also begin to hear this, but just a little bit quieter, a bit traces of it. This does get louder as you guys continue up the path.
It's obviously not us.
No.
Yeah, I will just keep my eyes open. Just being in the back, just trying to see if I can't ever pinpoint something.
All right, from this point onwards, I need a marching order.
Oh boy.
Very back.
I'll go in the front.
Varus is in the
I'll
very
go
back. Vestelle is in the very front.
Second
I'm
front.
probably right in front of Varus.
Vaerun is second. Darcy is in front of Varus.
The middle two is up to you two.
Artemis
I
and
feel like
Lyra.
I should.
And I'll be
I feel like I should be like near the front, right?
You can stand
three.
shoulder to shoulder with Vaerun. Like, these paths aren't that narrow. You guys could be shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll be up near the front with you.
All right. And
Be
Artemis.
walking
Oh.
with my halberd
Sure.
ready.
Sure. Artemis, where are you? Middle of the pack, back of the pack, front of the pack?
There's already a few people up in the front. I'll probably be somewhere in the middle.
Perfect. All right. As you guys continue climbing, you see a particularly kind of steep cliff that seems to be rising up in front of you, of which this path does continue up as you guys watch as there's a slope that's nearly 45, 50 degrees maybe at this point. And there are like little bits of what appears to be rusted chain on it that seem to be there to help you get up. Do you guys continue going up there, or do you have your own climbing supplies?
I'm not using that chain, but
Varus and I could go up and see what's up there.
That is true.
Varus, the crackling sound is very close by.
I will immediately turn and just point my bow in the direction it might be coming from.
It's close by, but you still can't seem to tell where the direction is.
Does it seem at the very least behind us in a general sense, or just everywhere?
As of currently, it seems everywhere. You genuinely cannot tell if this thing was chasing you or if you were heading towards it.
Gotcha. I will still keep my bow drawn, completely put my back to Darcy, and just keep an eye behind us as we have reached these chains.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we'll call out, do be careful. Whatever something is, it's close.
I will hand whoever's closest to me my sending stone.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, Jake, sure.
Don't worry about that, he says.
Lyra would be the closest person to you.
Oh, can I hand it to her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. You hand her the sending stone. I kind of wish these didn't show up. But yeah, Do you guys continue to press up the hill and try and climb up using the chains that are provided, or?
I thought we were gonna wait for the two people who don't need to use that stuff to figure out what's up there.
You guys are gonna take a look and let Varus and Vestelle go up? Sure. Varus, Vestelle, are you two going up?
Yeah.
If that's what everyone says, absolutely.
That's what you suggested yourself.
Well, that's what Vestelle suggested, but then I started hearing noises around us, so I didn't know if you still wanted to do that.
Sneaky. It'll be sneaky.
Well, if you how high up is it?
About 60 feet up.
Cool. Just take like 2 ropes, tie them together. We'll follow that as opposed to trusting this random chain.
There are bushes and kind of trees at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tie a rope real quick together. 2 pieces of rope. I imagine we've got rope. Just carry it with me up. I guess quietly, as Vestelle said.
I remember Lyra buying rope, so yes, you guys probably do.
Yes, I have it.
Yeah. So I'll just tie 2 pieces together, and
Give me some
as Vestelle
stealth
said,
checks.
quietly walk up.
I've been rolling so bad tonight.
Nothing could go wrong.
I believe in you too.
Yeah, see?
Ooh.
Good.
Okay. The two of you slowly climb up the cliff edge, going as quietly as possible, trying your absolute best to remain stealthy. Sorry, I'm just moving some tokens around.
Oh, are you?
Specifically
This
of your
just really nervous.
of your two.
Uh-huh.
All right. But getting to the top, there is no issues. You do kind of pull up to the very top and kind of glance in front of you. There's a bush in front of you, and you use that as a bit of cover. And immediately you do spot something, Varus. You spot what appears to be an owlbear.
Oh.
Just kind of like resting near the side of the cliff. And it doesn't look right. Something seems off about it. First of all, the hide, rather than the kind of purplish blue that it usually has, or purplish gray, it seems deep crimson and black. You see that its front of its face, you can't tell if it's like a discolored spot or something, but you can see that the entire area around its beak is a deep crimson color.
Mm-hmm. Does it seem to be just standing there, or is it moving around?
No, it's resting. So it's currently like on its stomach and seems to be either asleep or just has its eyes shut.
Is there a way to determine how long it might have been resting up here for? Longer than when I've heard the voices down there, correct? Or voices, the movement and stuff.
The twigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Give me animal handling. Oh, sorry, no, nature.
Oh, I mean, it's even worse, actually. Yeah.
You've got no idea. It could have been here for a millennia. It could have been here for like 3 seconds.
Is there at the very least a tree nearby
that
I can...
You guys are currently hiding behind a bush, and then further to your left, there is a small tree.
Yeah, I will just quietly make my way over to the tree, tie the rope around it, toss it down, and just through the sending stone, tell Lyra there is a... only way I can describe it, fucked up owlbear. Not in the it's almost dead sense, but the it doesn't look right sense. So do try to be quiet.
As you're whispering into the stone, Vestelle, you kind of try and climb up ever so slightly, and you do hear an additional branch snap. This time, though, Varus, you can tell that it's different from the source, as the source immediately stops, and Vestelle, you kind of grip the broken branch in your hand, just hard breath in.
Never mind.
As Vestelle, you kind of frozen there. You do see the owlbear kind of stand up from where it is, and begins to look around, though it doesn't seem to have currently spotted you.
I do toss the. Would I be able to quietly toss the rope down or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking toss it down.
The rest of you see a relatively lengthy length of rope come flying down the cliff.
So relay that information to everyone.
Oh,
quietly.
everyone else kind of heard it. He was whispering into his stone, but you guys would have been gathered around close enough to hear it. But
And I will just.
I need Vestelle
Can I
and
just
Varus.
go back?
I need two of you to give me another stealth check.
Okay,
God,
cool.
please. Please.
Can I? Would it be? Let me check something. God, is this only for? I think it's only for. Oh no, it's not. I'm gonna use my bonus action to help her.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it doesn't just have to be for attacks. That's what I was looking up. It doesn't have to be for attacks. So I'll use my bonus action to help her and stealth myself
Go for it.
with my action.
So now
So,
you
yeah.
have advantage
just-
on your stealth check, Vestelle.
With
Yeah.
shift click?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hey,
sweet.
hey,
let's
Okay,
Thank you.
that's good. Vestelle, for a brief moment, you kind of glance over at Varus, and you can see him kind of like indicating that you should not step forward and you should like pull your hand back. As soon as you kind of pull your hand back, you see that another of the, like a bit of movement that pushed forward might have caused you to make some sound. As you're just standing on the edge of the cliff, holding yourself there, waiting with bated breath, you see the owlbear kind of slowly start moving away from the two of you, though it does seem to be still in the area. It doesn't get that far away, maybe 30 or so feet away from where you guys currently are, and it just kind of starts looking around.
God, I'm scared.
And the twig sounds and all the moving branches and all that stuff, that sound, dead silent now.
Mm.
Vaerun, Lyra, Artemis, and Darcy, are you guys climbing up the cliff?
If the rope's there, yes.
Give me an athletics check.
With advantage, thank you, rope.
I'll probably be the last to go.
Please don't fail. Or try not to fail.
Do I get one as well?
Yep. Anybody that's at the bottom of the cliff right now.
With advantage or?
Yes. All of you have advantage because the rope has been tossed down. You could have climbed it normally without the advantage if you were just kind of trying to climb up the cliff.
Oh.
16, 14.
Last one.
I believe in you, Artemis.
Yeah, who else is with me down here?
Just you now.
It would have been
Oh, it's
Vaerun,
just me.
Lyra, Darcy, and you. But the other three have made their checks already.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
You have advantage.
even
but
without
yeah.
the advantage, that's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
I know.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, let's pretend we didn't see that. But yeah, as the four of you kind of grasp onto the rope, it takes a little bit, but you guys do manage to get to the top without any issues, though I do need a stealth check from all of you.
Oh,
would I have another bonus action?
Try not to do that when you're at the top.
Yeah. Would I have another bonus action now?
Yes,
That,
you would
time has
have-
passed away?
You can help one person, not all of them.
I helped Lyra, who is the only one wearing. No.
Lyra's not wearing any
Who?
armor.
Vaerun. Vaerun is the one wearing armor.
Okay.
Vaerun,
Vaerun, you have advantage on your stealth check. Everyone else, give me a normal stealth check.
Well, I needed that help.
Oh.
It was either that or have disadvantage with Vaerun, you know?
Help, Darcy.
Yeah, see,
Oh, actually, I could put you guys on the map.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
we're all gonna fight him.
Yay, there's a map.
There is a map, of course. You guys have avoided the combat so far, so that's
Mhm.
good.
So far.
So far. I have to roll perception checks now. Give me a second.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
I get to use my dice for this. Because I don't want you guys knowing what the
Where would the owl bear be? Can we still see it or no?
Can you not see it on the map right now?
No.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Where?
It's above you, to the top right.
Yep.
Right here?
No, I don't see it.
You might have to reload.
Yeah,
Have to
okay.
do perception.
No, I can't see shit.
Okay.
I can see the 6 of us, but not it. That was weird.
If you just reload the page, it should work for you.
Hey.
One more. Oh, wait. Owlbear has advantage.
Yeah, I figured.
No.
Well, it rolls kind of shit. So lucky you. As all of you manage to get to the top, Darcy, you're really quiet, along with Varus, but the others are not as quiet. But you do manage to, with their help and kind of everyone working together, you make sure that the sound is relatively dull, though there is bits of scraping and kind of movement and grass shifting. But the owlbear doesn't seem to notice. However,
Hey, look, it's an
something
owlbear.
else does.
Oh, good.
Oh, come on.
As the as the bush beside Lyra comes to life.
Ah, there it is.
A bush ant?
No, that is a twig
Yeah,
blight.
hello, Twig Blight.
Good old favorite of mine. It makes an attack with advantage against Lyra. That is not supposed to be whispered. There you go. Does that hit?
Nice. That hits.
You take 4 points of piercing damage, and that is the initiative surprise round. Bobbity beep, bobbity boop. I gotta put some things on this list.
I assume the owl bear turns around now.
The owl bear definitely turns around as she says,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh no.
1 second. I'm just gonna make sure you guys are in here. And bobbity boop. Oh, whoops.
I rolled a 6.
That's not what I was supposed to do. Sorry. You guys are supposed to roll initiative first before I hit the start combat button.
Oh, well, I guess we're re-rolling.
Yep, there you go. Please reroll. Sorry about that.
I rolled a 4!
No!
Come on!
I like my number better.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
Me and my plus 10 only rolls below a 10.
Oh, hey,
Oh my god, Artemis got a 20! Jeez.
So real quick, 2 of us, as we said before, can't be surprised. So do we get things that we can do in this when this twig blight thing happens? Or no?
Yep, but that'll be
Cool.
for next week.
Next week. Yep. Oh, that is a tree.
That is, in fact, a tree.
As the wrestling
Oh.
once again comes back, this time with a source.
As that thing attacks Lyra, I just kind of, in the surprise round, I look to Varus and I say, Varus,
Yeah, neither of you
I
are really
think-
surprised.
I took the wrong path.
I think we're technically on the right path.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah, the right path was technically the wrong path.
Looks at camera, puts on sunglasses.
Well, we'll pick this up next week.
Lovely.
I think I rolled above a 10 one time today.
Oh no.
Well, you rolled above a 10 for the stealth check.
No, true.